Hey guys, this is Chef Farouj, founder of Indulge Right Foods at indulgeright.com and realfoodismedicine.com. So here's one thing that pops all the time: social life. Most people don't embark on the journey or they don't really commit to it 100% because they fear that that will affect their social life. To some extent, it all depends really. I think it's a double-edged sword in that if you look at it as lifestyle, it's not, right? That shouldn't stop you. You might have to make some changes, but it would not stop you from being or having a social life. If you look at it from a perspective of dieting as we know it from the old days, in that case, yeah, that's just a fear I think that you have more than a reality. Because sure, if you diet, that's not going to get you anywhere, hasn't got you anywhere before. So yeah, that's not going to help. But if you look at it from the lifestyle perspective, it shouldn't really affect you. It will not affect you as long as you're committed to your vision, like we've talked before, seeing yourself where you want to be, whether it's 3 months down the road, 5 months down the road, a year down the road, whatever it is, and really committing to that vision and keep that vision alive. So you'll find different ways. So here's the thing. I think a lot of time where people stop from taking the step or they don't commit to it is because they have a lack of understanding of what the lifestyle is or how it's going to work. I could see why, if you are counting every little piece of carrot you eat, or you could have only 3 nuts, and you have a social life that, let's say, it requires you to travel a lot or to be along with your or go out with your colleagues or with your prospective clients. I could see how that will become an issue. But when you make it into lifestyle, understand that it's not about counting calories, it's not about portion control, it's not about eating skimpy little portions, but it's really eating in a way that will help you and support you. I think you get over that hump. Another thing, I think most people use that as an excuse because they don't want to change. They kind of have this desire to lose the weight, but they don't really have a powerful desire or strong willingness and feeling to make that happen. And that's always very easy excuse to do, because most of the time when I work with people, they're always traveling, they're always on the road, they're always in meetings and so forth. So it's doable. I know that by a fact. Another thing, I think it requires them, they know it will require them some change and being willing to change things a little bit. What do I mean by that? Well, you can't do the same thing and expect different results, right? We've heard this no matter what business you're in or no matter what you do in life. So from that perspective, yeah, you might have to modify things a little bit so that you're not falling back in the old routines. So let me explain this a little more. So let's say for you, Sundays is your fun day, and that's your one day that you could get away, or it's Friday night, whenever it is. You could get away with your girlfriend, away from the kids, away from the husband, away from everything, every daily routine. And for you, it's about going to a pub, I don't know, or a burger joint, so that you could have this glass of wine or beer and a burger. Will you stop going there? Not really. Would that require you to modify things a little bit? Absolutely. So you could still go and do your thing with your girlfriend, hang out, have a good time. But perhaps you might have to modify what you do. So one option could be, instead of eating the whole burger, you could have a bunless burger and have some veggies or a salad next to it instead of the fries. Or instead of having a drink, you could do an iced tea with that. If that's a little extreme for you, perhaps you could still do. In some cases, actually, it's very beneficial to do a whole burger with the bun and everything else, provided you don't have allergies. Let's say you can't do gluten, and you know for a fact that gluten affects you. In that case, if they don't have a gluten-free bun, then you might opt out of having the bun. But if they have the gluten-free option, then why not go for it? Another option is really to go with the three sip rule if you would. You might order your glass of wine or that beer, but go for a small and have a couple sips and really don't finish it up. This way you're not feeling like you have to, tell your story to everybody if they don't know it, or you don't have to sacrifice or deprive yourself. You could have a couple of fries from your friend instead of not having any. All right. So there's different options. There's different ways of doing it. And again, it requires a little commitment, a little bit of change. And perhaps you could also create a new habit. Instead of going to a burger joint, maybe you could start going to a different place, or instead of changing the habit of, comfort or get away from food to maybe, hey, a massage, right? Get away with your girls, set up a massage that you could all hang out together, still chatter and do whatever you're doing, just away and relax and whatnot. Hey, maybe you could trade that once a week or once every couple of weeks, right? So you could develop different habits that would help you. Again, it goes back to the part of the lifestyle. It's really creating different habits, new habits, replacing old ones, or replacing old beliefs, replacing old paradigms, replacing, again, the rewarding that we have from food to other stuff. So in this case, it could be massage, right? Or really having a little more boundaries. That's another option. But again, let's stick to the fact that, okay, we want to do this. We don't want to affect our lifestyle. So what can you do? We mentioned before, go, but be a little, evaluate where you stand and take action accordingly. But remember, if there's a will, there's a way. So there's always one way to do it. And that's not going to stop you from having a social life. So I think if you believe that your social life will stop if you go on a lifestyle change, I think there's something more that you need to address, versus it's not about the weight loss itself. There's something deeper than that you might want to address and find out, okay, why don't you want to change? So hope this helps, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.